Hi friends! I'm SG Shumford, known online as Amma Simper. I'm an artist, author, and entrepreneur, and I make videos documenting my process to help other creatives thrive. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by! It's normal for creative energy to fluctuate depending on mood, sleep, and other factors, but sometimes it's less fluctuation and more stuck in a dark pit that you can't climb out of, i.e. burnout. Not to sound like an infomercial, but
have you been feeling tired, depressed, or irritable, and creatively unenthused? Do you experience existential burnout? And even the thought of picking up a pencil? Do you feel guilty for not drawing more, yet hate everything that you draw, so you don't want to draw at all? Which then makes you feel like an imposter instead of an actual artist. If you relate to these symptoms, you might have creative burnout. Subscribe and get more anti-burnout tips today.
Okay, but jokes aside, I've been going through my own creative burnout lately. I know many people struggle with this, so today we'll talk about what might be causing your creative burnout, brainstorm some ideas for how to solve it, and create a week-long action plan that yours truly will be trying out. So let's jump in. Creative burnout can be caused by many things. It can be self-care related, like overwhelming yourself with a certain amount of commissions, not taking the time to creatively recharge, or beating ourselves up with negative self-talk or overly harsh art criticism. It can be influenced by outside factors, like external pressure, such as pleasing the algorithm. Then we set up unrealistic expectations like, I want to post every day, which of course is really, really hard to do and probably near impossible if you're creating a new drawing every single day. And if not impossible, then probably unsustainable. Then comes comparison. As they say, the thief of joy. There's both comparison with other people, wishing we had that style, skill level, or audience size. And then there's comparison with ourselves. You know, not being able to convey the mental image in your head and actually put it on paper. That's so frustrating. I get that all the time. Isolation plays a part too. As creatives, we don't want to make our art in a vacuum, yet if you're like me, you kind of continuously isolate yourself, and sometimes it's not even intentional. We, or at least I, just get so caught up in my work that I don't notice the days passing until I'm like, wow, I haven't stepped outside all week, and it's bad, guys. But as creatives, we don't want to make our art in a vacuum. We want to send our art out into the world to be appreciated by other artists. We want to appreciate other artists' work too. And we want the community and the understanding that comes with shared goals and challenges and experiences. There's also what I think that I've been struggling with personally, which is only drawing things that challenge you and turning what you love into a job. If you know anything about my background, I was one of those Wings of Fire / warrior cat kids. I've been drawing dragons, and almost exclusively dragons, for pretty much as long as I can remember. Recently, as my writing has shifted to a new book series, I've wanted to try out more human characters and then dinosaur characters, which then means learning a whole new set of skills. I think I've been so caught up in trying to grow as an artist that I've been throwing challenge after challenge after challenge at myself without giving my artistic side time to really rest and draw something that comes easy and naturally to me, i.e. dragons. And then there are the commissions. I am so grateful for the opportunity to make money doing what I love, but by doing so, I've also turned what I love into a job. There are pressures and deadlines and it's now for work instead of for fun. I know I want to make art a large part of my career, but I haven't yet found the balance to allow myself more of a breather. I hope to do this in the future by adding some new art income streams, and hopefully that will help with the burnout. But in the meantime, let's brainstorm some anti-burnout activities that I can do and you can do right now. About a week ago, I created a reel expressing some of my creative burnout, and the artistic community came through with some really helpful ideas and suggestions. This list is a combination of their ideas and my ideas and more. I'll put a complete list on the screen so you can screenshot it, but here are a few ideas. To combat creative burnout, you can change scenery, meaning go to a coffee shop, move to another room, have a work picnic, just anywhere where the environment feels new and fresh and engaging again. You can return to what inspires you. So your interest/hobbies, your obsessions, your favorite movies, some museums, a garden, so on and so forth. Just whatever gets your creative juices and your enthusiasm going again. You can take a break, just not draw at all. It's perfectly fine and perfectly healthy to do. You can engage in self-care, including exercising, because yes, we are creatives and we need to get up, we need to unfold from our shrimp position and get outside and get moving. I know that I can struggle with doing that sometimes, and maybe you do too, so let's change that. You can draw whatever you feel like drawing without judgment. I know that sometimes, especially on social media, some types of posts do better than others, but you might not want to produce those types of posts all the time. That's perfectly fine. Draw for yourself. Draw something that you love and that you genuinely want to do. You can exercise speaking more kindly to yourself and not bashing everything you draw. I know that we as creatives can often be our worst critics, and how we speak to ourselves really matters. So let's try to be more kind to ourselves. We can also switch creative mediums. So writing, sculpting, painting with acrylics, watercolor, crocheting, anything creative that's different from what we already do creatively. We can also engage in non-drawing hobbies like gardening, baking, dancing, cooking, etc. We could also revisit our old art and celebrate how far we've come, although this does depend on whether you find revisiting your old art encouraging or discouraging. Again, the full list is on the screen, but those were a few highlights. Now let's make a plan to kick that burnout out and into the trash can where it belongs. First, a small disclaimer. Tackling creative burnout will look different for everyone, and even though I am convinced that my action plan will work or at least be helpful for me, that doesn't mean that I think it's a magical cure-all and what I do won't necessarily work for you. Sometimes it just takes time, longer than a week-long action plan. However, again, I do think this will help, and that's why I'm going to test it for you all. You can think of me as your own personal guinea pig. So I'm weird in that I both really crave structure and feel kind of lost without to-do lists, but I also hate restrictions, and being told to do something can sometimes sap all of my motivation for doing it. So I am going to go with the best of both worlds and create a list of 7 to 10 activities that I would like to do during the week. and then just roll with whatever I feel like doing on that given day. So for my personal anti-burnout plan, I would love to, 1, do a study of Valentino Lasso's isopod work, but with trilobites instead of roly-polies. I would, 2, love to try a new creative medium, especially crocheting. I would love to, 3, take a day completely off of drawing. 4, rewatch an inspiring movie, maybe something Ghibli, maybe Kiki's Delivery Service, I don't know. 5, I would love to work in a new setting, especially outside or maybe in a coffee shop. I would love to, 6, garden. 7, maybe try out blackout poetry. 8, try another new creative medium. Maybe I'll finally get to watercolor because I think it's so beautiful, but I personally struggle with it. I'd love to, 9, animate something. I don't know if I'll actually get to do that because animation is extremely time consuming, but I would love to do more animating, so that's going on the list. 10, I would love to repaint a dinosaur figurine because I love them. Just look at her. Look at how pretty. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. I'd love to make more. 11, I would like to do something athletic, like retry a sport, probably tennis. And finally, I would like to make a terrarium. Of course, I do not think that I will be doing all of these because that is quite a list, and the whole point is to take pressure off of yourself instead of putting it back on. It's just me jotting down my ideas and things that I think I would find enjoyable. This next week, I'll be implementing these and seeing how they go, and next time in part 2, I will be reporting into y'all and letting you know how it went. But now, enough about me, how about you? How do you guys plan to tackle your creative burnout? Let me know in the comments so I can cheer you on, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss part 2, i.e. the results of my guinea pig experimentation. You know, I'm the guinea pig, not an actual guinea pig, because we like animals here, yes. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for your time and support, and I hope you have a day as wonderful as you are. Bye!